That's a pretty good one. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Monster Bass channel. My name is Jeremy with Fishing Lone Star, and as you can see, I just pulled up to the lake. I actually haven't even put the boat in yet, but it's a really high, bright, sunny day. A little bit of clouds, but a lot of wind. So today I want to talk about what I'm going to use, hopefully, what I'm going to use to catch fish with this high wind day. All right, so normally on a high sunny day that's not windy, say if it's cool, slick water, I'm usually going to fish slow and I'm going to fish more deeper, especially right now in the summer. So that would be like a jig, a shaky head worm, a big Texas rig worm, something like that I'm gonna slowly drag across the bottom. Now today, with it being a little bit windier, I can get away with moving baits. And this time of year in the summer, bass are keyed in on smaller bait fish, which is usually when the spinner bait makes for a perfect setup on these windy days. But let me talk about kind of why that is. All right, so right now as bass are keyed in on the smaller bait fish and kind of balls of bait, they're looking for those little flashes and they're coming up and crashing on balls of bait. And a spinner bait does a really good job of looking like a ball of bait because you got usually two blades. This just happens to be two Colorado blades, which is this kind of oval size or teardrop. The willow blades are more of like a willow leaf. They're long and skinny, okay? These are Colorado blades. But the reason why Colorado blades are a little bit better is because they thump more, which is what you want in darker water. Now this lake behind me is usually pretty dirtier water, and the wind, as you see behind me, is gonna kick up some of that dirt as well. So the thump and the Colorado blades is gonna be needed along with that bright color. Now this actually is called the Thump by Lunker Hunt. It actually came in this month's bag, and I think it's great in this particular case for myself because this color as well is really bright along with the thump and the flash of these blades. I should be able to really draw some bass in. Now, the key areas I'm gonna target is up against some windblown points. I'm gonna look for laydowns in the water that the wind is blowing across because bait fish are gonna gather there, therefore so are the bass. So that's gonna be where I take this bait and try to target those areas. Now, I'm not sure how windy it's gonna be out there, so I'll just tell you, I normally throw a moderate action rod, kind of like a medium to medium heavy, but a moderate action rod, because I want a little bit more bend and give in the rod because I'm throwing a moving bait with a big hook, and I want it to absorb a little bit versus a really fast action that's gonna pull the bait away from the fish, all right? So that's just my preference is a moderate action and what I'm gonna be going with. The power, somewhere around medium, heavy-ish, just depends on kind of the rod manufacturer and what you wanna choose. And I'm gonna throw that on fluorocarbon line, usually in that 17 to 20 pound range is what I'm gonna go with. Excuse all the bugs. I know it's really loud right now, them echoing in the trees. You're probably getting some wind noise. That's at least the setup that I'm gonna go with. But now, let's turn the camera off. I'll put on the GoPro. I'll launch the boat out there and let's see if we can catch some fish on the spinnerbait and if these conditions hold to be true. And hopefully we can catch some big ones as well. Let's see what we got. So I'm not sure exactly yet where these fish are gonna be. However, right now I've noticed that the water temp is 86, 87, whereas at that end of the lake where it was shallower was 88, 89. Those couple of degrees difference in the deeper water, I have a feeling is where they're gonna be. And with this wind, I still feel very confident the spinnerbait's the bait to choose. So let's see if we can locate them. There's one. Little one. Just a little guy. Little bitty fish. But I'll take it. It's number one. All right. Even though he's little, he's healthy. He was sitting right up there on a rock up shallow and came out and hit that spinnerbait. There are fish that normally eat fish this big in here, so we're going to try to go with something a little bit bigger, but it's a good looking little fish. It's a sign of a healthy body of water when the little fish like this are that healthy. So let's get in there and see if we can get some more. Well, another dink of a bass. Just a little bitty guy. Coming alive though right here in this last hour, so hopefully we can get some more big ones to come out and eat. But right now we're just catching the little guys. That's a pretty good one. Finally, guys. Finally. All right, it has been hot today, really hot today. But with the wind, they'll eat that spinnerbait. And you know, this is a dirtier water. You can tell by the color of this bass. Look how dirty, look how pale this bass is. You can tell that it's a dirtier body of water. So that brighter color, those double Colorado blades, will really help land fish. So especially in that dirtier water and windy days. There you go. All right, there it is, that lunker hunt thump, and pretty decent bass. That's pushing 4 pounds right there. That's a good one. So that time, I don't know if you saw me, but I pulled the boat up to the bank and made a long parallel cast to the bank. And that fish, I'm not really sure where it was sitting, but that fish came either into the bank or off the bank and ate it. So if you can, whether you're bank fishing or boat fishing, kayak, etc., parallel the bank, just gives you a good opportunity to make a long cast down the bank line. All right, guys, that's going to be a wrap for us out here today. Using the spinnerbait, the Thump by Lunker Hunt. I'll tell you, I like throwing a spinnerbait on windy days. In this particular case, the Colorado blades and that brighter color really worked for this stained water. Caught a couple of 2 small fish, missed a really good one, and then caught that probably 3.5, 4 pounder there at the end. Had a really fun time out here, and man, what a great bait to throw for especially these conditions. Now, if you've not yet, make sure you check out Monster Bass. The Regional Pro bag has tons of great baits that come each month to you, and they're specifically designed for your region, for your time of year, to help you catch fish, more fish, and bigger fish. All right, if you've not yet, make sure you drop over to my channel, Fishing Lone Star. My name is Jeremy. I would love for you to subscribe there. Help me grow this channel, and make sure you subscribe right here to the Monster Bass channel, because there's tons of great videos like this previously already posted and more coming your way, tips and tricks to help you catch more fish. Monster Bass, go catch one.